Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Hey guys, I am going into tonight with the Lil Ronnie case. If you are not aware, Lil Ronnie was a rapper out of Fort Worth, Texas, Tarrant County, who was unalived by two suspects along with his 5-year-old daughter at a car wash. It is very sad to hear these type of stories, especially when you have innocent children involved in situations like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read. I pulled the arrest affidavit that goes into a little bit more as to what happened, how they ended up finding the suspects, and which led to them actually being in jail in Tarrant County. We also going to cover the two individuals who are locked up and look briefly at their prior criminal history because it is disturbing the path that these individuals went down. I wish that we can do better as a community to stop this crime. That's a whole nother different topic, but let's hop right on into it. So, Jacoby, Russell, and Adonis Robinson were arrested and they are suspects in the unaliving of little Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter at the car wash. Who I have on my screen right now is Adonis Robinson. He was actually arrested and picked up in Polk County. That is, I want to say northwest of Houston. And so he has since then been transferred to Tarrant County. His only charge right now is the capital unaliving of multiple persons, and his bail has been set to $1.5 million. What I do, and he hasn't posted yet. He hasn't posted yet. He does have priors, but they're very interesting. So I came over here to the Texas Public Sex Offender website. And yes, he had a charge for sexual assault. So that prompted me to go here to find out who his victim was because they had those records sealed, but I was still able to, pull the court docket. His risk level is moderate. He is required to register with the state of Texas on an annual basis. The crazy part is the actual charge. So the offense was an attempt to commit sexual assault against a 55-year-old female. The incident took place on April 27th, 2019, and the judge, I believe, it deposed. So the judge finally made a judgment or ordered him to 4 years, uh, excuse me, 4-year parole. I believe he did do time in prison because I did see that, but I just didn't go and check the TD this TCDJ, one of those acronyms. I did not go check that, but I do know that he did serve time for that, and he was on parole for that. But he was required to register, and he did get in trouble for not registering 1 year. So he has to make sure that he stays on top of this. But now that I don't see him getting out for this, um, it's not. It really won't matter. But if he does get out, then he still has to ensure that he registered. What is so disturbing is the photos. And not these up here, but this photo here. This photo, he was in high school. He was in high school. He was either 16 or 17. I think he just turned 17, if I'm not mistaken. No, he was 16. He was actually 16. And then you look 2 years later, this is how he's looking. Couple of years later, and you can see the change in this young man. And it's sad the path that he decided to go down. So he has to register as an ex offender for attempting to sexually assault a 55-year-old woman. Now you have capital unaliving added to your list. The next suspect, his name is Jacoby Russell. His situation is a little bit different. Not only was he charged with the capital unaliving of multiple persons, but he also had two warrants for two cases that he was doing a deferred adjudication for. He wasn't supposed to get in trouble for X amount of years. The first was an assault against a pregnant woman. That is beyond me. I read the complaint. He pretty much slapped, hit, and dragged this young lady by her hair while she was pregnant. Then we have the assault causes bodily injury, but that was also with a deadly weapon. They ended up amending the indictment to include that he actually pow-powed someone. That, but they're still they're good. I don't know if it grazed him or whatever the case may be, but he caused bodily injury to that other individual. And so he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and they issued out warrants for his arrest. So this was even before the capital unaliving happened. So now that he got caught, now they're like, okay. So they have already filed their petition to, revoke and proceed with the adjudication. And we just got to see how this plays out because it does not look good in either one of their favor. With that being said, let's tap on into this arrest warrant affidavit. And it reads, before me, the undersigned authority on this day personally appeared the undersigned affiant who, after being duly sworn on oath, deposes and says, my name is Texas Ranger Ike Upshaw, and I have a good reason to believe and do believe that on or about March 3rd, 2025 in Tarrant County, Jacoby Deshaun Russell, a black male, date of birth, did then and there commit the offense of capital unaliving, and that he intentionally caused the unaliving of more than one person, namely Ronnie's daughter and Ronnie, by pow-powing the victims with a firearm. My belief is based on the following facts and information. On March 3rd, 2025, at approximately 10:50 a.m., Forest Hill police officers were on routine patrol when they heard pow-pows in the area near Slappy's Car Wash, located at 6500 Forest Hill Drive in Forest Hill, Tarrant County, Texas. When officers arrived on scene, they discovered one gunshot victim on the ground on the north side of the car wash, who was later identified as Ronnie Sibley, a black male. A second victim was discovered in the front passenger seat of a 2019 Dodge Challenger parked near the building. The second victim was later identified as, and I'm not going to say her name, who was 5 years old. Multiple bullet defects were observed on the Dodge Challenger and numerous shell casings were located on the ground. Life-saving actions were taken, but both victims were pronounced deceased. Investigating officers learned that Slappy's Car Wash was equipped with surveillance cameras that captured the unaliving of both victims. The suspects were captured on video arriving at approximately 10:48 a.m. driving a 2016 white Kia Rio. The driver of the Kia parked on the south side of the car wash. Two black males exited the Kia and walked to the north side of the car wash where Sibley was vacuuming the inside of his vehicle. At the time, the child was seated in the passenger side of the Dodge Challenger as the two suspects rounded the corner of the building onto the north side of the property. They both immediately opened fire, firing multiple shots in the direction of the Dodge Challenger. Ronnie Sibley attempted to flee but was chased by the suspects who continued to fire in his direction as he ran north from the Dodge Challenger. The suspects were able to corner Ronnie Sibley in the northwest corner of the property where they continued firing at the victim. Both suspects then ran back to the white Kia and fled the scene. Oh, this is so tragic. This is very tragic. Both suspects appeared to be black males. One of the suspects was wearing what appeared to be a gray sweatshirt, dark pants, and white athletic shoes. The second suspect appeared to be wearing a gray hoodie, blue jeans, and white athletic shoes with a blue stripe. The suspects were armed with an assault style rifle and handguns. The Fort Worth Police Department assisted in locating the white Kia at an apartment complex. Fort Worth's Police Sergeant Mario Gomez provided affiant with surveillance video from the apartment complex, which showed both suspects still wearing the same clothes that they were observed wearing in the car wash surveillance video. Exiting the white Kia at 11:08 a.m. The suspects appeared to throw multiple items from the vehicle into the grassy area behind where the vehicle was parked before walking into an unknown apartment at the complex. At 1:39 p.m., Sergeant Gomez contacted Affiant and advised that a black female arrived at the apartment complex entering the white Kia and drove away. A traffic stop was conducted on the white Kia. The driver was identified, and I redacted their names. She was a black female. She is the registered owner of the white Kia. When questioned by the Fort Worth Police Department, she identified the driver of the white Kia as Adonis, I keep saying his name wrong, Adonis Robinson, a black male. When asked how she knew the driver as Robinson, she stated that Robinson is her boyfriend and that he dropped her off at work earlier in the morning so that he can use her vehicle. She stated that Robinson called her later, provided the location of the vehicle, and told her to come pick the vehicle up because something had happened. Robinson's Texas identification card was located inside the white Kia. That is crazy. Let me see. So she was later interviewed by Forest Hill Detective C. Dancer. She stated that Robinson dropped her off at work at approximately 4 a.m. on March 3rd, 2025, and asked to borrow her car, the white Kia. She stated that Robinson picked her up from work at approximately 1 p.m., but he arrived in a red SUV. Robinson told her that she needed to go get her vehicle, and he told her where the vehicle was located. She stated that Robinson told her something had happened, but would not elaborate. She stated that Robinson told her to delete cell phone communication between him. The girlfriend was shown video and still photographs from the car wash. She stated she recognized her boyfriend Robinson as the suspect wearing the gray hoodie because he was wearing the same blue jeans and white athletic shoes with the blue stripe that morning when he dropped her off at work. On March 4th, 2025, Fort Worth officer R. Barden provided a client with information obtained from, and I believe this is the another individual, a female, who was identified as the mother of Robinson's child. And she stated Robinson and a black male she knew as Six came to her apartment, which was identified to be in the same apartment complex where the suspects were captured on surveillance camera shortly after pow-powing Ronnie and his daughter on March 3rd. She stated that she was not sure of the time, but knew it was earlier in the day. Both Robinson and Six were in possession of firearms at the time. She stated Robinson had a long gun while Six had a handgun. After being at the apartment for approximately 30 minutes, Robinson asked her to take them to the apartment near Fitzhugh Avenue in Fort Worth, which she agreed to do. She stated Robinson and Six took the pow pows with them when they left her apartment. She stated later that day she saw a video on social media of the pow powing at the car wash and recognized both Robinson and Six from the clothing they were wearing in the video because they were wearing the same clothes when they came to her apartment. First and foremost, you're not riding with me in my vehicle with no weapons. Let's just start there. She stated Robinson was wearing the gray hoodie, blue jeans, and white blue athletic shoes, while Six was wearing a gray shirt, black pants, and white athletic shoes. During the course of this investigation, a second suspect was identified as Jacoby Deshaun Russell. A black male was shown a photograph of Russell and identified him as the person she knew as Six. Stated she knew what Russell looked like because he was always with Robinson. A six photo lineup, which included a photograph of Russell, was shown to Johnson on March 4th, and she identified the photo of Russell as the black male who was with Robinson on March the 3rd. And he dropped her off and picked her up from work. Y'all, this is beyond tragic. This is beyond tragic. So these individuals did what they did. They took away two lives and then decided to, I don't know. It was meant for them to be caught. This was very sloppy, but it was meant for them to be caught. They left their IDs. Well, one of them left their IDs in the car. Two, we live in a day and age where there are surveillance cameras everywhere. Apartment complexes, businesses, schools, homes, you name it. I don't know what they were thinking. We will never know what their motive is until somebody comes out and tell us. And that will probably be months from now. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed and I'm out. Bye.